Okay, so you said you wanted to talk about something. What's on your mind?
Yeah. Well, I have this situation that I would like to get your more objective opinion about. This has to do with my son and my stepson and his wife.
Okay.
They have two small children. They live on the East Coast. I don't get to see them very often. And a couple months ago, I wrote them a friendly email, kind of like this wasn't the only topic of the email, but in the email, I said, hey, let me know when you might need some help with the kids because they both work full time
Hmm.
outside the home. So, let me know. I'd be glad to come anytime, because I'm retired, so I can come anytime. And um, yeah, and I know they need help sometimes. So, well, anyway, that's been a couple of months, and I never heard back from them
Oh,
at
okay.
all.
Okay.
So I'm
And
I'm struggling with feeling. I feel hurt. My feelings are hurt.
okay. Okay. So basically, sort of not having your email acknowledge your offer to come spend time with them and help them with the kiddos. It it hurts your feelings.
Yes.
Okay.
And so what happens with me when I get my feelings hurt? I want to lash out and I want to hurt back
Okay.
in return. And I feel like that is probably not the best response, but it's like I just don't know what to do with myself. I don't want to impose. I'm afraid that there's maybe a message I'm missing,
Hmm.
that the non-response is a response.
Okay. So no word is sort of the word, if you
Exactly.
will. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That but then it could be an oversight, and
Hmm.
they're not my generation. I'm more of an email person. They're more of
Well,
texting persons.
and you said East Coast, right? So there's a little bit of a time difference, and having the two kids sounds
Right.
like that maybe they have their hands full.
Right.
Also, has anything like this happened with him before?
Well, they're not great with the email,
Okay.
period. And this email was directed at her because I'm trying to build a relationship with her. I'm trying to, because sometimes I'll email him and he'll say, oh, he'll respond and he'll say, I'm going to go ahead and CC my wife on this because I didn't. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oops, maybe I need to be more inclusive of her. So this time I addressed the email to her and I CC'd him.
Okay.
But I heard from neither of them.
Mm-hmm. So, in an attempt to, because it sounds like your relationship with your son is obviously different than with your daughter-in-law,
right?
And sort of to kind of, bridge that gap a little bit, you've reached out to both of them together,
right?
And then still no response. That's
right.
Sort of disappointing.
Right. And I just don't want to miss, if it's a message, I don't want to miss it. But on the other hand, I don't want to be immature and assume something. So I just kind of want to know what you're feeling or what your thought of it is.
Well, is the relationship you have with your stepson, is this something that you would feel comfortable talking about?
With him?
Yeah, mentioning, hey, I sent you this email and I didn't hear
Yeah.
back. I just want to make sure, first of all, you received my email.
Yeah.
Maybe just clarify, because, maybe it's not coming from such a malicious point of view, or maybe just for your peace of mind.
True.
True.
Yeah, I could just ask that question. Mm-hmm. Hey, do you remember getting an email from me? If you and not be real pointed about.
Yeah. I can understand the hurt feelings, though, and when everybody's always on their devices, it's kind of curious, how could you miss an email or a text? So
right.
But maybe start with that approach. Like you said, the vindictive. When we have hurt feelings, I think it makes sense that we want to sort of make them feel the same way we do.
Exactly.
But probably not the best way to go.
Moving forward.
Yes. in an effort to keep your relationship with your son.
Right.
So maybe what do you think is the right next move?
Well, I think that's a good idea, about check in with him just about the email, and don't make a big deal about it. Like, don't talk about my feelings are really hurt or anything like that, but just say, hey, a couple months ago, I sent an email about if you need some help with the kids, just want to make sure that the offer is still there.
Yeah, so just coming at it from a a less emotional, more
Right.
objective point of view,
Right.
if you will, and just
Right.
make sure that it was just a miscommunication, something got missed, and not something against you personally.
Right. Right. Which, I'm sensitive. So, yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And I feel better just talking about it.
Okay, well, very good. I'm
Good.
glad.
Thanks.
Okay.